Stay frosty and head over to EasyMut.com for the cheapest MUT coins on the market. And when I say cheapest, I mean it. We're talking 1 million coins for around $40. Use code DIRECTOR for 5% off. Action! Oh, Chargers fans. Okay. All right. How's everybody doing? Free agency officially has begun, and the Chargers have officially made their first move. You guys know what that move is, right? Sure, you guys have been on Twitter all day. Dude, I got like no sleep last night. I was literally up all night like, free agency, man. Come on, dude. Go to bed. You got a big day tomorrow, but free agency. We had a reason to be excited. The Chargers picked up our I would say my number one and a lot of Chargers fans' number one offseason priority in Corey Linsley. Tom Pellissiero says the Chargers are expected to sign an all-pro center Corey Linsley. Per sources, the longtime Packers standout has a new home on a deal expected to make him the NFL's highest paid center. How you feeling right now, Bolt fam? Let's get some shout-outs in here as we get things going. Joey 1404, Jay Louie, Vato Productions, Moose Surway, Evan Jimenez, Eddie Sacco. What's going on, everybody? Derek Ford, good to see everybody. How we feeling? Lots of hype in the chat. Lots of excited Chargers fans. Let's go. It was a rough one this morning, right? Chargers fans like super anxious, myself one of them. We saw, high quality players, Joe Thuney, go to the Kansas City Chiefs, John Johnson III, go to the Cleveland Browns, if I remember. I was getting pretty antsy, but it did and always will be. I should say my number one priority was Corey Linsley. Matter of fact, let's go back one page here. Take a look at that. Sneak peek courtesy of Brett on Twitter. Check him out. He does some awesome jersey swaps and art for the Chargers. How cool is that? Sneak peek, Justin Herbert, his brand new center. Brand new center. This is a pretty significant signing, guys. As far as I remember, Corey Linsley was the number 10 free agent in the top 101 for PFF this offseason. That's pretty huge. Chargers fans are literally running Rashawn Jenkins away. I think there's I don't know if there's a good chance that he stays, but, I think with John Johnson gone, it definitely gives us more incentive to try and re-sign him. But the front part of this video is definitely about Corey Linsley, what he's going to bring to the Chargers, why this is such a good signing by the Bolts. Can you guys hear NFL Network on in the background? We got a $5 holla coming in from First Rule. Thank you so much. The hype is real. Thank you so much, First Rule. The hype is real right now. Now, let me go find a tweet real quick on the actual numbers behind his contract. I think it was around $62 million over 5 years, which is pretty insane to me. Let me go ahead and see if I can find that tweet here real quick, just to give you guys an accurate number. There we go, right here. From Mike Garofolo on NFL Network. He says the Chargers signing Corey Linsley to a 5-year, $62.5 million deal. Sources are telling me that he is the new highest paid center in the league and will get $26 million over the next 2 years. So if you split that directly in half, check out Rashawn's latest tweet. I will. If we split that $26 million directly in half, then that's about $13 million against the cap this season. 5 years with a brand new cornerback is insane. I'm getting some news in the chat here, guys. Hang on. Let me go see if I can find some news. I can verify it before we announce it here live. I'm seeing a lot of guys. Here we go, man. Here we go. Chargers are retaining cornerback Mike Davis on a 3-year deal, sources say. Keep him a big keep for them as he had interest from a handful of teams. That's fantastic, man. We got Mike Davis back. We got Corey Linsley. We're off to a good start this free agency. $2 holla from Brendan Snyder says we should target Lane Taylor at guard. We do have some work to do on this offensive line. We are far from finished, but I strongly believe that starting with Corey Linsley was one of the best moves this team could have done as far as fixing this offensive line. We're going to talk a little bit about what Corey Linsley was going to bring to the Chargers. I do go more depth in another video I put out a couple of weeks ago. Literally, guys, let me go to my Twitter. Let me go to my account right here real quick. I'll show you guys my tweet from last night, as well as a bunch of drama from today. Here's us losing out on John Johnson, Joe Thuney, who I wasn't really expecting to sign. I was just really upset he went to the Chiefs. Jonnu Smith went to the Patriots. I'm just glad to see Hunter not go to New England. I hope that he stays with the Chargers, but if he does go elsewhere, I'm glad it's not the Patriots. And then us reminding Tom Telesco that we have a lot of money to spend. We haven't gotten the details yet on Mike Davis. We'll update you guys here in just a minute on that. But last night, my top options before going to sleep, number 1, Corey Linsley. So I'm smiling ear to ear when it comes to this first move for the Los Angeles Chargers, starting off this free agent frenzy. We did miss out on John Johnson, but Leonard Floyd is still floating around out there somewhere. The last I heard, though, is that Leonard Floyd, the Rams were trying to work something out to retain him in Los Angeles with them. So I don't know quite if he's going to be available for the Chargers to pick up via free agency, but there are other options: Bud Dupree, Jadeveon Clowney, Von Miller. I do fully expect the Chargers to go after some kind of edge threat in free agency. So let's start reading some of these comments, man. I want to see some of your guys' hype here in the chat. We got another $5 holla from Sunriser says, "Your late night tweets or bring the mood mojo on Lindsay." I'll show you guys that too. Thank you, Sunriser. Yeah, last night this was me. This was 2 a.m. tweets. 2 a.m. tweets. I say, stop thinking about free agency for about 4 hours. And then I say, we really need Corey Linsley. No, stop thinking about free agency. Go to sleep. And you know what? We got Corey Linsley. I think that's definitely time worth or well spent, right? We sent some good vibes into the atmosphere. Let's read some of these comments, guys. See some of your reactions right now. Herbert 2021 MVP says, "I'm so happy right now." Me too, man. Ethan Diaz says, "A hell of a start to free agency." Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Finally, I get to catch a live chat. Hey, how's it going, Darren B? Good to see you. Good stuff. Good stuff. Hugo Boss, how's it going, man? Seeing some more suggestions for Chargers fans, requests, I would say, in free agency. Let's trade Mike, get Juju, get an edge rusher, and get a cheap corner. We have some work to do. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. Check your Discord DMs are probably blowing up. I'm sure they are, man. That Discord's always jiving. If you guys want to join that, there's a ton of Chargers fans in there. They're always going crazy about whatever the Chargers do, and this is a pretty big reason to. No Life, our local Seahawks fan and OG from back in the day with the Madden channel, says he's sick to his stomach. I know, man. You guys really need help on offensive line too. Your lack of offensive line running Russell Wilson out of town. But the Chargers, man, connections to the Green Bay Packers offensive line. We got Brian Bulaga, James Campen last season as our offensive lines coach. I thought the Chargers were probably the strongest contender for Corey Linsley, and thank God we were. This brings so much relief coming up into the draft in the upcoming season as well. $5 from Adrian Chavez says, "Linsley, Davis, let's go." Definitely a good start. Now, hopefully we can strike a deal for Orlando Brown. What do you think happens in New Orleans with Hill? Interesting. Orlando Brown, I'm definitely hoping that we can work a deal out for him, but I think I'm starting to hear more stuff about him maybe going to the Jaguars, maybe more of a scheme fit, power run kind of offensive line, but still very interesting. What do you think happens in New Orleans with Hill as far as money? So you guys talking about quarterback Hill in New Orleans, right? He got like a $170 million contract. That is a facade. It's nowhere guaranteed. I think it's just a way for them to free up, I think, $7 or $9 million in cap space. So don't expect him to get paid much of that money at all. But really kind of crazy the way the cap works. The cap is a lie. The cap is an illusion. If you want a player, you can get him. We just saw that today with the Kansas City Chiefs. Have been signing everybody, and now they get the best guard in football in Joe Thuney. You never know how these things are going to work out. We got another, a $2 holla coming in from Oside K9. Says, "Let's go get Orlando Brown now." Yeah, if we can get Orlando Brown, this Chargers offensive line, even before the draft, is looking really, really interesting. Darren B says this rules out Landon Dickerson as a second-round option. Probably, but Landon Dickerson can also play guard. So he's a good backup center and a versatile player at that can play guard as well. Metal Hammer says, we are definitely in win now mode. Playoff 2021. Heard it here first. You know, man, it's funny. In free agency is when you start to understand what a team is trying to do. And the fact that we went after Corey Linsley so aggressively does speak to the Chargers' future plans as far as the next couple of seasons. The fact that it was a 5-year deal, resetting the market at center, does speak volumes to what they're wanting to do in the upcoming years. So, yeah, absolutely, my dude. Absolutely. 2021, I think we got a good shot at the playoffs. We continue building around the roster with Justin Herbert. Let's see, a couple more super chats here. We had a $2 super chat coming in. $3 super chat from Aaron Adams says, was so hyped when I got the alert that we signed him. Me too, man. I literally got up and did a couple of skips, punched the air a little bit. Super excited, Corey Lindsay. Thank you for the super chat. And then finally, I think we had one more down here by Baba. Says, Derwin James excited on Twitter with the signings. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get him some help on defense as well. I'm sure he's happy to see his buddy Michael Davis back on the roster in the long term. Michael Davis is a pretty important piece. A lot of us woke up this morning to the news that he might not be signed by the Chargers. I was one of them. Matter of fact, I think I got my reaction right here. Yeah, it says, good morning, y'all. Who's ready for some free agent? Wait, what? This is in reaction to hearing that he will possibly be let go by the Chargers at that point in time. We knew that there was a lot of teams interested, and I'm very, very happy to find out that the Chargers are the ones that pounced on him, because he does fit what I think Brandon Staley's defense is going to try to accomplish this season. And if we lost Casey Hayward and Mike Davis, we would have been in a lot of trouble. But very, very interesting. Check Rayshawn Jenkins' Twitter. Okay, man, give me 1 second. Let's see if we can pull that up. Okay, before we look at this, I'm on board with keeping Rayshawn Jenkins, especially after missing out on John Johnson. But again, I don't know what we're about to see here. I have no idea what we're about to see here. Rayshawn Jenkins. Let's give that man a follow real quick. Go down here. It says, let's go. Is he getting signed, re-signed? We wanted Johnson now. Ooh, not a good look. Not a good look. He says, well, you ain't got either. Okay. So, first off, not a good look for Chargers fans, Mr. Herbert to Allen. You know, keep it classy. We ain't got either does definitely indicate that we're not getting John Johnson or Rayshawn Jenkins to the Los Angeles Chargers. So we can almost guarantee that Rayshawn will not be rejoining the Chargers for the 2021 season. That's a little shocking. I'm going to read a couple more of these off screen because I'm sure some Chargers fans are getting a little aggressive in here. Come on, bro. I'm going to Derwin yet. He says he wanted to come back. Okay, I'll show you guys that one too. He says he wanted to come back to Los Angeles. Very, very interesting. So we got some questions to answer, guys. But first, I do want to talk a little bit about Corey Linsley and the effect that he's going to have on this team. This is probably, I'm going to say this is the best move the Chargers could have made in the offseason. If there was one guy, and I told you guys this several times throughout, weeks and weeks of content on this channel, that if I could choose one player for the Chargers to target in free agency, it would have been Corey and Linsley, and for a good reason. Let me actually go find that picture again to give you guys a nice little visual. You guys keep me updated too in the chat if we do see something brand new. Good looking out in the Mike Davis update there. We're gonna go back here. If you guys want some cool Chargers content, check out Bolt Brett on Twitter. He does some really, really cool art as far as Photoshop and stuff like that for the Chargers. This is probably one of my favorite with Justin Herbert coming in, Phillip Rivers going out. Very, very cool. So as far as visuals, we're going to keep it on the screen here for a second. So what's our cap space now? That's a really good question. If we can expect, let's say, around $13 million for Corey Linsley this season, we were at 51, so that would put us around 38. And then I don't know any details of Mike Davis's contract yet, but I can definitely tell you we're probably still in the 30s as far as millions of dollars going into next season. So we still have a lot of money to play with. At one point today, the Chargers were the number 3 team as far as cap space in the NFL. So, yeah, we just saw that, Nicholas. He said, let's go. But then in the comments, it's very clear that he's not coming back to the Chargers. Re-signing Hunter Henry. So right now, as far as cap space, I'm going to say that we're probably around $30 million, which is plenty of money to work with. We've seen teams like the Arizona Cardinals sign a plethora of players with much less money. And a lot of that has to do with backloading contracts, which I think the one exception is probably going to be with us, Corey Linsley, because he was one of those gemstones of free agency this season. And you can also tell by that with how long that contract is. $26 million over the first 2 seasons is pretty significant. I have to expect there's probably a potential out in 2024 after about 3 seasons is what I'm going to guess. But honestly, we're in a real good spot as far as center's concerned. Now, I'm going to reiterate a couple different things that I have spoken about with why Corey Linsley was such an important ad for the Chargers before we start moving on to some of your guys' questions in the chat, as well as addressing other positions we should start targeting with the remainder of our cap space. But real quick, we got a super chat in here from Luis Maldonado Jr. says, had to race home to see the live with the director and my Bolt brothers. I want Vaughn for a decent price. Bolt up. Let's go. Remind me to bring up Vaughn again later, man. But honestly, if we cannot get Leonard Floyd, Von Miller is on my list too, my friend. Thank you for the $5 holla. Linsley, what does Lindsay bring to the Chargers after potentially, reportedly going to sign a 5-year deal worth $62.5 million? Well, Corey and Linsley, the centerpiece, quite literally, of this offensive line, is going to bring a lot of consistency to Justin Herbert and the run game. That's something that got me really excited about Corey Linsley, is how effective he is in the run as well. Actually, as a matter of fact, I wasn't going to do this because some of y'all don't like PFF, but we're going to pull up PFF and see what we can do as far as looking up at some of his stats here. We got a $50 holla coming in from Gruder Mick Bolt, who says, "Kia ora, here's some of my stimmy, because, bro, you stimulate us with Chargers news. You deserve all the love. Bolt Nation this year is going to be epic. Bolt up and stay effing frosty." Gruder McBolt, thank you guys so much, Gruder. So much. The support means so much to me, man. That is so awesome of you guys. Throw some lightning bolts and love in the chat for my guy Gruder McBolt, man. That is insane. Really appreciate the love, man. Really appreciate the love. Thank you guys. Gruder, what an OG, man. This guy's been on the channel for a long time. I appreciate it, man. I see you here every day. Man, that makes me smile. Thank you, Gruder. So cool to see the fam come together like that. All right, dudes. Who wants to see some PFF statistics? Some of y'all are going to puke. Some of y'all are going to be intrigued. Let's take a look. Yeah, we saw Mike Davis is back, man. We'll talk a little bit more about that here in a second, too. You guys take a look at the centers from last season. Corey Linsley, a dominant name among a lot of really good names on here. J.C. Treader, Frank Ragnell, Brandon Linder, Ben Jones, Chase Roulier. Like, there's a lot of good players on here. But on top of that, Corey Linsley was not only number 1, but number 1 by a very wide margin. And then you take a look here, man. Let's actually go ahead and click on his name here. Let's click on his name here, man. Number 1 center in the league with a grade of 86.4. Pass block grade, he was 4th in the league with 82.7. Run block grade, he was 2nd in the league with 83.4. This man is one of the best offensive linemen in the league, regardless of position. How cool is... Now I'm all smiling because of Gruder. Gruder, thank you, my man. If I ever meet you in person, I'll get you a beer or something. Thank you. One of the best, if not the best, one of the best offensive linemen in the league, regardless of position. We all talk about our guy, Justin Herbert, right? We need to protect him. All of us got scared off from what happened with Joe Burrow last season. That's definitely one of the best reasons to pick up a Corey Linsley. He's going to bring an immediate impact to that center position. But we cannot forget about his impact in the run game as well. Raise your hand if you are one of those Chargers fans that witnessed about 300 runs up the middle by Anthony Lynn last season for a gain of about 1 yard. Raise your hand if you were witness to that. Yeah, that wasn't cool. And a player like Corey Linsley can be so valuable, not only in picking up yard. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of hands in the chat. It can be so valuable to a player like Justin Herbert, but as well as our halfbacks in Austin Eckler, Joshua Kelly, whoever do we decide to bring back, maybe a Kellen Ballage. those 1 yard runs can honestly turn into 3, 4, 5 yard runs if we start finding the kind of holes in the run game produced in combination of Corey Linsley and other offensive linemen on this roster. But I think what his biggest impact for the Packers last season was in the red zone, the goal line situations. You guys remember the man that got paid this morning, or was it yesterday? And Aaron, oh my goodness, what's his name? You guys know what I'm talking about. The Packers halfback who just got re-signed yesterday. Aaron Jones, right? He got paid because he produced a lot of touchdowns, right? And I do think that Corey Linsley had a ton to do with that. A ton to do with that. And he could definitely bring the same thing to the Chargers. Aaron Jones, last season, he had a ridiculous amount of touchdowns, especially red zone. I think the Packers have had a running touchdown in every game since some point in 2019. That's how big of an impact Corey Linsley has been. $2 holla real quick, guys. We got one from Ripple Me. This says, can you talk about what defensive end that we can pick up? Now, as far as defensive end, edge rusher, I think outside linebacker is more of a big concern for us there, Ripple. But there are a lot of options. I think that's going to be a pretty hot market for edge defenders this season. Bud Dupree keeps coming up. Obviously, you guys know that I want Leonard Floyd. There's a lot that we can do with that money, but we do need to do something to free up Joey Bosa from getting double and triple teamed all the time. I do agree with that. Okay, I'm just catching up with the chat here, making sure you guys ain't trolling me here, man. Rumor is going around that we're signing Gilmore. Can you confirm? Nothing's confirmed right now, guys. You're going to see a lot of people posting stuff today. A lot of things that definitely are sketchy. If they don't have the little check mark next to their name, you got to like double and triple check it. But yeah, is this real? Yes, we have signed. We have, or potentially going to sign, Corey Linsley. The terms have been agreed to. We're just waiting for him to put pen to paper on Wednesday. It's going to be very, very interesting. Check Garofolo's Twitter. Okay, hang on. Wait. We got a $20 holla coming in from Adrian Chavez that says, thank you for all the work you put in and all the updates. I'll be at work tonight, so this is my contribution to the video. See you later today. Keep up the awesome work, brother. Bolt Nation, bolt up. Dude, thank you so much, man. Adrian, Gruder, you guys have been awesome today. I really, really, really appreciate it. Thank you for so much of the support. That's why I'm here, man. Chargers fans, Chargers hype. It's definitely a good time to be a Chargers fan right now. Let's see, Gorafolo, right? Let's see, or is it Gorafolo? Pick up the phone. I think you guys might be trolling. I think I would be absolutely like, let me see here. I see Rap Sheet. Let's look up a couple of things. Chiefs sign interior offensive lineman, Patriots, Joe Tooney. Okay, we saw that. You guys can come on here with me for a second while I check all this stuff. Mike Garofolo, Michael Davis. Okay, $15 million in guaranteed money as part of the 3-year deal for Michael Davis. Okay. So we got some numbers as far as Michael Davis's contract. $15 million in guarantee. It's a 3-year contract. Are we talking like $20 million or more? That could be insane. Honestly, I saw him as like a $7 million a year, so maybe we're talking like $21 million. I think $7 million is a nice number for Mike Davis, in my opinion. What do you guys think about that? Caden Junie says, hyped about Lindsay and Davis, but for real, who's playing free safety? Yeah, we'll get into that in just a minute, too. Off the top of my head, there's a couple of players the Chargers can still target, a Malik Hooker, maybe a Trey Boston. I don't know, man. Definitely interesting. He's $25 million over 3 years is what Blake Robertson's thinking. Okay. When we get some official numbers on this, I'll get you guys updated as far as how much the Chargers are paying. But $25 million over 3 years, definitely more than I thought we would offer for him. But I'm actually kind of relieved to see that he's re-signing because, again, with the loss of Casey Hayward, the Chargers have some work to do in rebuilding this defensive backcourt. Yeah, man. And I don't know where you guys are finding these rumors of Gilmore or, Jalen Ramsey and all that stuff. I have to assume that's trolling, but I'll keep you guys updated with what I see because we get a lot of tags when anything happens on Twitter. So I'll keep you guys updated. Matter of fact, let me look a couple more things to make sure we are all up to date, which I do think we are. Okay. Let's get back to the task at hand. Keanu Neal's a free agent. Yes, I don't know how much Keanu Neal plays free safety. That was the concern with a lot of Chargers fans as far as John Johnson. They're like, oh, he's a strong safety. Well, he played a lot of free safety as well, a lot. So you could play him in both areas. That's where the Chargers really wanted him. Sunrise with the $50 holla says, me too. I'm signing off to get back to work. We'll watch the video later tonight. I had to click on the link when you said breaking Corey Linsley. Thank you for everything you do. Sunrise with the $50 holla. Dude, I just a salute to you, my guy. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. I don't deserve you people. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for helping keep this channel afloat, man. Really, really appreciate it. $5 holla from David Girton that says, if speed should be a focus moving forward, do you think they'd benefit from trying a new speed training tool or simply getting faster players? Thanks. The speed training tool, you're talking about, like, you know, some of the new technology and stuff that they've got as far as like training their players to become faster. I don't think that's something you can train quite as easily. I think you have to target guys with that natural ability. Guys, Gruder, Sunriser, you guys, thank you so much. You guys really, really made my day. I really appreciate it. Quincy Jr. says, Director, do we finally sign Hunter Henry back? I think the chances of us signing Hunter Henry back have both gone up and down, so maybe like more of a stalemate because of Jonnu Smith's contract, which was ludicrous, by the way. Very, very expensive. The Patriots definitely wanted to grab him. But also, the longer that he stays available, I think the chances of us maybe getting him back go up a little bit. Hopefully his contract isn't too expensive because he does have the injury concern and stuff like that. I would really hope we get him back, but as of right now, it's a big I don't know. I think we're just as likely to sign him as we were yesterday. Gerardo Sincernos says, Sincernos Jr. says, with Linsley now signed, Alejandro Villanueva, Trent Williams, given the current cap now. So Trent Williams, some people are still saying around 20 mil a year for him. No. If he signs for a lot less, for Trent Williams, I'd be interested probably in the realm between 14 and 18 million dollars, I think, and that's certainly possible. He's definitely a little bit older. I definitely wouldn't be upset about that, but I think at this point I am trending towards wanting a tackle in the draft. We've got Brian Bulaga on one side. If we get our left tackle in the draft, I'm going to feel really, really good about it. So I'm thinking the Chargers maybe target at least one interior offensive lineman as far as guard, and then tackle the tackle position in the draft is kind of what I'm thinking right here. Oh my goodness, you guys are going crazy today. Alvaro Osorio says, man, you've been on your P's and Q's with your videos and live streams. Keep coming with these videos, my guy Bolt Up. Thank you so much, man. You guys make it super easy for me. Thank you for the support, $20 holla. Thank you so much, Alvaro. I'm a Chargers fan, true and through, man. Like, that's why I'm here. I get hyped. I'm watching NFL Network like everybody else. I'm keeping up on Twitter. And I'm so blessed to have a platform where I can come over here and gab with you guys and have share with you my excitement of when the Chargers make moves that are beneficial to this team. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. Drew Yum Rose says, Chargers making moves. I was refreshing my YouTube page, waiting for the live. What do you think we are doing with Ingram? Love your enthusiasm for the Bolts. Can't wait for the season. Bolt up. Okay, thank you for the $10 holla first off. I'm going to say that Ingram probably moves on from the Chargers this season. He just doesn't really fit the scheme of what the Chargers want to do as far as moving to a 3-4 defensive scheme with Brandon Staley. He could move back to outside linebacker, but we're talking about a guy that's above 30, probably lost a step, and he's going to have some, I think, coverage responsibilities in that position as well. So I would say it's probably better for the Chargers to move away from him and start targeting guys that do play a natural outside linebacker position like Von Miller, Jadeveon Clowney, Leonard Floyd, who's my #1 pick there. But thank you for the $10 holla, man. Everybody, so much. Thank you for all the support today. Gruder, let's keep it going, man. Proud of all. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Now, as a quick update, after signing Corey Linsley, the Chargers should be sitting somewhere north of $30 million. We just got information about Michael Davis being signed $15 million, or it should be somewhere around $20 million, but $15 million guaranteed over the first few seasons. Matter of fact, let me actually go grab that tweet one more time. Let me actually open this up in a separate one so we can come back to it as far as having a visual. And then let me go find that number so we can kind of estimate what the Chargers are doing as far as cap space. It should still be somewhere north of $30 million, which is still a lot to work with. So let me go ahead and pull that up real quick. Here we go. $10 from Ethan Diaz says, Director, your thoughts on Corey Davis. Also, thank you for their dedication and all your content, brother. Appreciate it. Bolt up. Thank you, my guy. Really appreciate it. My thoughts on Corey Davis. If we let go of Mike Williams, which I'd rather keep, I'd be all about Corey Davis. He's had, 2 really good seasons with the Titans, 2 okay seasons, but his most recent season was very, very good. So I'd be all about it. Yeah, I mean, if we have to move on from Mike Davis. Bib Aviv, thank you for the $1 holla. Ethan Diaz, again, thank you for the $10 holla. Von Miller to the Chargers, possibly. We don't know quite as much yet. As an update, $15 million in guaranteed money is part of the 3-year deal. So to be safe, we could split that 3 ways. So right now, as of right now, I'm going to say the cap hit in 2021, just off the top of my head, would be about, let's see, $13 million towards Corey Linsley. And then we're talking maybe about $5 million for Mike Davis. So you're talking about $18 million. We had 51.5 this morning. Let's see, 51.19 is what we had this morning. So we'll minus $18 million. That puts the Chargers at $33.19 million as far as cap space right now. That's my rough guesstimate at this point. $33 million, which, guys, don't be fooled. That's still a lot of money to work with. That's still, after picking up the best center in the league, retaining probably one of the most important parts of our team, that's still a lot of money to work with, definitely. Guys, I have to grin here a little bit, okay? This offseason, you guys have seen me doing so many videos, right? There's a couple of videos, I think specifically the ones where I kind of do the whole offseason. There was some consistent things that I did in those videos that made it in the actual offseason. Re-signing Michael Davis was one of those high priorities for me. And then my number one free agent was Corey Linsley. How can you complain? How can you complain, Chargers fans? Things are looking up right now. Colby Archer with the $1 holla. Thank you, man. Appreciate the love. Gonna be rich as hell after the stream. Gotta extend Mike Williams to reduce his cap hit if he holds fast, cut him, relocate him, $15 million. What do you think? Yeah, so as far as Mike Williams, we talked about those off-season videos that I've been doing. The thing that I would like to do with Mikey is to offer him an extension, but an extension that makes sense for the Chargers as well. Makes sense for him, his longevity on the team, but also at the Chargers, they need an out, I would say around 2023. If he does still battle injuries and there's like a lot of things that he's not living up to, the Chargers need a potential out in 2023. So I would say offer him something along the lines of $8 to $10 million a year. That would instantly save us, like $7-8 million this season and seasons to come. And if things don't work out, then we can cut him a little bit later. But I would rather keep him, extend him, get that number down this year, because if we did that this season, guys, let's say if we added $8 million, so let's go plus 8, even after signing Corey Linsley and extending Mike Davis, we'd still be at about $41 million. So as of this point right now, we're at $33 million guesstimated. All right. Is a low-key profit. No, man. I just look at the team as a fan. I'm not an analyst. I didn't do anything as far as studies for football or sports. I was a filmmaker, right? But I can be a very obsessive person. I really can. When I latch on to something, it's like when a baby chicken prints on its mother. Like, I'm there for life, right? Very obsessed with the Chargers. And all these moves just made a lot of sense to me, analytically. And of course, our head coach, Brandon Staley, felt the same way. And so far, so good. I'm feeling very comfortable with free agency so far. Timothy Olson says, who do you want more, Floyd or Dupree? For me, definitely Floyd. We missed out on John Johnson to the Cleveland Browns. The reason I wanted John Johnson and Leonard Floyd is because of the connection he has to Brandon Staley. Bringing that kind of discipline, that kind of mentality to a new team can be smoothed over with a player that performed very well with the same head coach in a different setting. So for me, it's definitely going to be Floyd. Dupree would be a great consolation prize. I am a little bit worried about Dupree and his injury history most recently, but thank you for the holla, my man. Austin Myers says, Director, this is a good sign to see moving towards the right direction. I also sent you a message on Instagram on possible signing for the defensive end Bolt Up. Thank you so much. I will check out Instagram right away. Thank you for the $5 holla. $5 holla from Richie. He says, I'm stoked for Linsley. I just hope he won't be a Bulaga 2.0 with injury concern. That's the only thing that could potentially bite us in the butt. This is a 5-year contract. If the curse continues, we might be in trouble. But honestly, he's been a very, very consistent player for the Packers. When we got Brian Bulaga, we knew there was some injury concern. There's not that kind of concern with Corey Linsley. Anything could happen, certainly, but this is a safer move for the Chargers. This is one of the safest signings any NFL team could have done this season. Corey Linsley's a beast, best center in football. Now he's with the Los Angeles Chargers. Would you guys excuse me for 1 second? I'm feeling a little congested. I'll be right back. All right. Let's make sure we didn't miss any of these hollows, man. Appreciate all the support today, man. Really, really appreciate it. Tevi reported 5-year, $80 million. I would walk into traffic. Stop. Richie Austin Myers, thank you. We got one coming in from Isaiah Miles, who says, I say we get Shaq, Griffin, Lane Taylor, and Floyd. I'd be happy with free agent after that. Love your work, man. Keep it up. Oh, those are really good names there, man. Those are really good names. And honestly, the Chargers, the way our cap space currently stands, we could afford all of them, legitimately. Especially a great example of what I've been pushing. I've been pushing this narrative for a long time, and I think the circumstances are a little different in Tampa Bay. But today we just saw Shaquille Barrett sign a I think a 4-year, $72 million contract. You know what the cap hit was this season? $5 million. And this is because, one, I think Tom Brady moved some money on his contract. The Bucs are really good with their cap. But two, a lot of teams expect the cap the cap space situation to rise next season. The actual NFL cap should start going up because stadiums will be filled again. TV deals are being done. And all in all, we're recovering from the pandemic. So I think that backloading contracts is something that the Chargers, even with $33 million, maybe more, should consider in signing guys like Shaquille Griffin, Leonard Floyd, etc. I don't think we're done, man. We just showed quality over quantity with this move with Linsley, which I'm very excited about. $10 from the real Elliot says, Linsley, love you and your content. Always give me great Chargers content. Do you think you could possibly do a video on Drew Tranquil and Uchenna Nwosu? I think that will pop off next year. Thank you for the $10 holla, man. And honestly, I have this list of topics that I like to go over, and they're timed when, in certain times of the year when it's relevant. That's actually on my list right after the NFL draft. I do think Uchenna, and a quick sneak peek just because you guys rock, Uchenna Nwosu is going to have an elevated role this season because of the scheme that we're moving into, playing a lot of rushing outside linebacker. And then as far as Drew Tranquil, 3-4 is going to look really good on him too. Very good coverage linebacker, very aggressive, great tackler. I think those two are going to pop this season. So thank you so much for the $10 holla, man. Appreciate the support. We got a 5-1 coming in from Richie. He says, how much will the draft affect our cap space? Around $10 million estimated. So every single team, even the Jaguars and stuff like that, if it says $70 million on Spot Rack, it's more realistically around 60. You know what I mean? So if we have an estimated $33 million right now, it's more like $23 million. But teams, cap space almost doesn't exist, right? It's a myth because there's ways to manipulate contracts to get players on your team while staying, within budget for this season. So $33 million, $23 million, either way, the Chargers are in fantastic shape to continue moving forward. Okay, sorry guys, I'm trying to keep up here. We got one from Andrew Luna that says, how are Bud Dupree and CJ Mosley not on our radar? Bud Dupree definitely is. CJ Mosley, as far as I've heard, there have been trade rumors for him. He's still a member of the Jets, but he did opt out of last season, so there are some unknowns there. But I would say that Bud Dupree definitely on the radar of everybody that needs a pass rusher in 3-4. He just does carry with him some of that injury concern. And that's something that I know Chargers fans are very weary of. But still, if we ended up signing him, I'd be very excited because that's just kind of the kind of player that fits what the Chargers need to start implementing in 2021. Thank you for the $5 holla, my man. Okay, Austin Weber says Lindsay's contract is front-loaded for Herbie's second yes. So Linsley is a great example of the Chargers utilizing what they have in front of them, right? You can sign some big names, maybe skill position, higher risk players to backloaded contracts. Front-loaded for Corey Linsley is very intelligent because, again, we're playing those strengths of Justin Herbert's really cheap deal as far as his rookie contract. So by the time that Linsley's bulk of his monies is paid, Justin Herbert, they'll start freeing some money to pay Justin Herbert in the future. So that's a really good point there, Austin. Thank you. Ray Gonzalez with the dollar holla. Thank you, my man. Let's see. Obi-Wan Kev Obi says, shout out my little dude, Ivan. Linsley, Sue next? Question mark. Well, certainly. Hello, Ivan. Kia ora and bolt up. Linsley's fantastic. Dominican Sue would definitely be a great add to this team. But he is a little bit older. I see more as a rotational piece. But thank you for the support there. And kia ora, Ivan. Oregon Stacker, what's going on, man? He says, thanks for keeping us informed on the news. Love you, Director Brent. Thank you so much, Oregon. Good to see you, a.k.a. Brent. I'll have to remember that. Pretty insane, guys. Pretty insane. Okay, let me see if I can get some more of these questions out of the way here. Hey, Director, did you talk about the Chargers getting an extra third-round pick as a compensatory pick? Yes, we did. It's pick number 97, and I remember that easily because of Joey Bosa. And that is because we lost Phillip Rivers and, of course, Melvin Ingram last season. So the Chargers at this point do have 2 picks in the third round. I'm waiting for more official news on any more Chargers. So I'm not. Yeah, no, that's totally fine, man. I keep checking Twitter and stuff as well. If I'm sitting here talking, and then I stop talking, it's because I'm looking at Twitter. I'm like, if something happens, it would be great to grab, my reaction and your guys' reaction live together. But this is great. As a matter of fact, I still haven't retweeted Mike Davis. Let me go ahead and get people informed there real quick before we move on. Are we getting live stream soon? Let's see. We are replying to this question live on stream. And then we'll give a cheeky. There we go. Director, do you think we can afford to get Leonard Fournette or James Conner? Certainly. I certainly think that we could afford to. As long as it's cheap, I'm totally down with that. As long as it's cheap. Totally. My friend met Hunter and Herbert 2 days ago at Questenberry's wedding. Wow, congratulations to Questenberry, first off. Told him to stay on the Chargers and that he's waiting on them to see the Bolts. Okay. So he's just waiting on the Chargers. He's hoping. He's praying. I know he just said that he loves Justin Herbert a couple of days ago. We can only hope, man. We can definitely only hope. What was I doing just a second ago? You guys hang in there with me, okay? I want to make sure everybody's aware of what's happening with Mike Davis. Was it Rap Sheet that posted it? No, it was one before that. It was, it's Grofolo, whatever his name is. There we go. Let's go ahead and quote this. Welcome home, Mike. Great signing by the Bolts. There we go. Now, everybody stays in the know on Twitter as well. Let's grab some more questions here. What about Will Fuller, says Emron Kazem? Will could be interesting, but wide receiver, especially after we lost Casey Hayward and we still have a lot of holes in the offensive line. Wide receiver is definitely low on my list. Will Fuller is definitely going to be very expensive. If we do go after a wide receiver, I would hope that it's a cheaper guy. Unless we do let go of Mike Williams, then I'm willing to go after those kind of, bigger name guys, more expensive guys. But I know, honestly, Corey Davis, I'm glad you brought him up. Definitely on my list if that does happen. They were drafted in the same season, right? Yeah. So I don't know. I think that'd be a good move for them. Why do you ignore Scott Quesenberry? What do you mean ignore? Like, don't talk about him? I think that trend started with Anthony Lynn last season, right? I'm kind of on the same boat with a lot of people when it comes to that situation. Now, Scott Quesenberry, he's still on the team long-term with us, right, through at least a couple more seasons. Scott Quesenberry, when he filled in for Mike Pouncey a couple seasons ago, wow, did he have some success out there. We saw a lot of potential with him. And then all of a sudden, Anthony Lynn decides he's never going to step foot at the center position again, and it really confused a lot of us. And the problem with that is when you see a year off in that kind of circumstance, brand new line, brand new quarterback, different scheme, a lot of that potential, or what you saw as far as like high, productivity in those times that he did get snaps, they kind of go down a little bit. So you kind of have to start re-experimenting. Now, the Chargers with Scott Quessenberry, now I feel really happy that we have a high-quality backup, but I will agree that Scott Quessenberry's potential, at least last season, especially with Mike Pouncey going down, was squandered by Anthony Lynn, which is very unfortunate. Baba, $5 Hollow says, check out Warren Sharp's last tweet about Corey Linsley. On it, my guy. Thank you. Let's see. Warren Sharp. What does Mr. Sharp have to say? Let's see. We got this guy right here, John Johnson. Worst to first for Justin Herbert. Chargers 2020 center Dan Feeney allowed the most hurries, 24, and pressures of any center last year. New center Corey Linsley allowed the fewest hurries and pressures, 4 of any center last year. Minimum of 700 snaps. Oh my God. Also 0 penalties for Lindsay. Guys, we hit such a home run with this signing, man. Oh my God. I can't even. Oh my God, dudes. I gotta pop one open. Cheers to the Bolt fam, everybody. Oh my God, did we hit with this one? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let's freaking go. You guys say Yannick to the Raiders? Ew. Well, we're going to have to work with that. Chargers need to draft some guys, right? Get ready. Get ready to feel the fury of the AFC West. Still, that's okay. Whatever. I liked Yannick a lot, too. Put some whiskey in that Coke. Off stream, my guy. This is a family-rated program, I think, right? Oh, God. We hit director big time signing on a great player. Yeah, man. I feel so good about it. I feel so good. Are you getting a Corey Linsley jersey? I don't know if I go that far. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, we could say it's for the channel, Nice tax write-off, some Linsley support. He's a 5-year signing, too. Honestly, I'd have to think about it. I've only ever bought one offensive lineman's jersey, and that was Nick Hardwick. And, of course, it was because it was Nick Hardwick. But now I'll have to think about it. Who do you think would be a great left tackle to pick up? Now, talking about free agency, Villanueva's still out there. Trent Williams still out there. Somebody mentioned Riley Reif, right? Did he get signed? I thought I saw something this morning about him getting signed. If he's still out there, that's not a bad option, too. There are some options in free agency. If I were the Chargers, I go after interior offensive line. Gabe Jackson's still out there. Larry Warford. Oh, man, we haven't heard anything about Larry Warford. I'd love to see him come back this time with the Chargers. And then grab a tackle in the draft, because we are positioned to grab one of the best tackles in the league, or in the draft, where we're positioned is at 13. So we can grab a Darisaw, we can grab a Slater. Even in the second round, we're positioned to grab a Leatherwood or a Dylan Raduns. We got options. I'm watching Ian Rappaport right now on NFL Network saying the Raiders expect to sign defensive end Yannick Ngakoue. The Chargers offensive line right now is trending this way. What about Eric Fisher says Demetrius Jones? Pass for me. I mean, if we got him, I'd be pretty excited, but I feel we could move that money somewhere else and get someone younger in that position. I wouldn't hate it. Zeitler signed, not Reef. Okay, Zeitler did sign. Oh, man, I wanted Zeitler so bad, too. Where did he end up going again? The Ravens, right? Man, I don't know. But yeah, the Chargers offensive line seems to be trending this way. Because you think about the pieces that we don't, like, who do we have left from last season, really? It's Brian Bulaga, and that's pretty much it. Trey Pipkins, Sam Tevi's gone. Lamp's probably gone. Feeney's probably gone. Could it get any worse? Certainly. But right now with Corey Linsley, we are trending up as far as offensive line. So I fully expect them to do one more thing. Should we get Jadeveon Clowney? I'm all about it. I know a lot of people aren't, but I'm about it. Kyle Long. Last I heard, Kyle Long was visiting the Raiders, right? But I wouldn't hate it either. If we take a right tackle, left tackle in the draft, who plays the opposite side? So you're talking about if we take a right tackle, who do we move to left tackle? Likely the rookie. That's usually what you'll see happen. But I think Brian Bulaga would be very, very good as well. Chargers Twitter. Okay, hang on, guys. I'm seeing a lot of requests for the Chargers Twitter. Chargers. Let's see this together. Okay. Let's see what he says here. So, okay, this man is apparently whispering in this woman's ear what is put in quotations up here, so stay frosty. So the legal tampering period is when teams can begin reaching out to free agents. We, the social team, can't say anything official until March 17th, but reporters, media outlets, and even NFL can, which is super confusing because the actual team signing the players can't. That's actually kind of funny. So what he's saying there is that they know they've signed people, but they can't say squat. Only the official media outlets can say something, even though they're the team that made the signing. Does that hint towards more players? More players? Reggie Ross, I see you. Reggie, I didn't see your last comment, but I'm seeing you now. We're not ignoring nobody. You know, I'm thinking about you. You know, I'm thinking about you. You're here in my heart. Reggie? Did we sign more players, Reggie? I don't know. Maybe we have, and it just hasn't been announced yet. I don't know, man. I don't know. Chargers sign all the players. I saw an awesome meme this morning. It says, Chargers fans, $1,400 stimmy, and Chargers fans, now let's sign all the free agents. We feel empowered right now. $10 holla. Jeremy Tyser says, do you think Herbert has an influence in all the signings at all? Linsley had to have thought about who he's going to be snapping the ball to, right? Yes and yes, 1,000,000,000%. Herbert had a lot of influence on getting Corey Linsley to the Chargers. I think first off, thank you so much for the $10 holla. I think that when you hit on a quarterback in the draft, which is very rare, you seldom see that, right? The immediate move afterwards is to start moving towards protecting him. When you don't have protection for a rookie quarterback, the potential of making a run within his rookie contract is very high, but without protection, you can see something like what happened to Joe Burrow. He gets injured, and then that stock goes a lot lower, right? So in a way, Justin Herbert being as good as he is influenced this signing a lot. And in terms of Linsley thinking about who he has to snap the ball to, I think he does. I think he maybe had a lot of influence also from Brian Bulaga. Both those guys coming from a very high-tempo offense in Green Bay. I have a feeling, man, raise your hand if you want to see the Chargers in more high-tempo offense this upcoming season. More high-tempo as far as our offensive scheme this year. Oh, how crazy would that be? How insane would that be? And a lot of the times, a high tempo offense, number one, comes when the quarterback is understanding of the playbook, communication with the coach, but three, communication with their center. In relaying any sort of instructions to the offensive line, that's between the quarterback and the center, and it's so important, that kind of communication and the kind of tempo that Corey Linsley has seen with Aaron Rodgers over the last several seasons. Extremely valuable. Extremely valuable. No huddle offenses. Yes, sir. Leo Remo says NFL.com just reported that we re-signed Mike Davis. Yes, sir. Thank you for the $5 holla there, Leo. We took a look at his contract, guaranteeing $15 million over the next 3 years. We can expect it to be somewhere north of $20 million is what we're thinking. But thank you guys so much for all the support. For the draft, to watch highlights of Tamarian Terry. I think I did. Yeah, he looks pretty good. I think I looked at him not too long ago, actually. I'll get a refresher on there. What do you think about Rashawn Jenkins moving on? I'm a little worried. You know how sometimes I tell you guys not to count your chickens before they hatch and stuff like that, especially when it comes to the draft, but also with the free agency. I was really counting on the Chargers, if we did not re-sign Jenkins, who's also a really good player, to go after John Johnson, who ended up going to the Cleveland Browns. Now I'm wondering, what do we do? There are some guys out there that are pretty decent. Trey Boston can come back to the Chargers. Malik Hooker could definitely be pretty good too, but we got to think about that. I think this year Adderley could definitely benefit from Brandon Staley too, but there's a lot of talk about him moving to cornerback now and playing the slot. We got some work to do. We got some work to do, especially on this channel too. I'll try and keep you guys informed of our options after today. I may work on another video to premiere in the morning. Thoughts on signing Bud Dupree? I'd be happy with it, but I'm definitely on board with Leonard Floyd more first. Lindsay signed for 5 years. He wants to be part of it. Yeah, man, super excited. Brendan Cotter says, do we go tackle or cornerback first in the draft? I still believe that Tom Telesco is a best player available kind of guy. So if we're looking at a Patrick Surtain, Caleb Farley, or a Christian Darrisaw, Samuel Cosme, I still think we go corner in that instance and try and hit tackle on the second round. But I think it does come down to best player available. And at this point, I would give it like a 70% chance that the best player available is probably going to be a tackle for the Chargers. That's just where I'm sitting right now. Definitely. Director, do you think we have a new kicker to start the season? All I care about is that there's kicker competition, right? We just picked up that guy. I forget his name, something Italian. Now him and Michael Badgley are competing for snaps, right? That's what I wanted. It's really hard to find kickers. You never see them move around that much as far as like the best ones in the league, just because it's so inconsistent and you want to grab the ones that work. So just having competition in there is enough for me to be like, okay, we're doing something about it. Are you happy with Sam Tevi staying with the Chargers, says Miguel. Did the Chargers re-sign him? Hey, hang on, guys. Let's actually go back to Twitter and see if we can find some more news here. See if we can find some more news here on what's going on. Nah, Gabriel. No. We replied. So we're getting a live stream. We're replying to this question on live. Whoops. Just the beginning. Yeah. Oh, wait. We got a meme. You guys send me your memes too. I love these. You think you can take care of them? Guys, really, name a stronger like relationship on a football team than a center and a quarterback sometimes, right? We're getting a good one. Aaron Rodgers knows it. Nightwave says, what do you think we need and how long do you think we are from becoming a Super Bowl team? The Chargers likely have a formula right now in-house that gives them a good shot at a Super Bowl within the next 3 or 4 years. It has to be within that window. Again, I've said this a couple times, when you hit on a quarterback in the draft, that's when you go all in. We saw it with Patrick Mahomes. They won a Super Bowl. We saw it with Jared Goff. They competed to get into the Super Bowl. That trend is one that I would bet my money on, that when a team hits on a quarterback, that's when they try to make a run. That's when they start spending up a lot on free agency. Because it doesn't have to just come from free agency. This year, there's some really good names next year, too. Not to mention the Chargers have a stupid amount of money to work with next season. So I would say as soon as next year, this year maybe. I don't know. Very soon is all I'm going to say. Thank you for the $5 holla. Gabriel says we should draft Caden Stern, safety from Texas, with our third pick. He is good. I like it. Is this the same Gabriel from the Twitter? Maybe not. I don't know. I like it. I'll take a look more. Caden Stern, safety from Texas. I like Texas players. Latimer flying out the board. Joe Tooney's gone too. Yeah, I can't believe that the Chiefs got him. I can't believe it. Very just the beginning. Just taking a look. The Raiders are getting Yannick Ngakoue. We just went over that too. Enjoying the live stream. Brian, what's going on? Kia ora. How's it going, my dude? Chris, actually, I'll give you guys a little sneak peek on what's going on here too. We can see if anything's been happening behind the stream. But so far, you guys have been really good at keeping me up to date in the chat too. Be shouting me out on your page when you go to noties on Twitter when people see this. Oh, well played in Nwosu season. Tajay Gotti. Well played, sir. Well played. It's totally finessed on stream and everything too. That's amazing. $5 holla from Gabriel says, yes, it's me. Hey, glad you made it in. Thank you so much for the support here, man. Check your tweet. I know. I see you, Tajay. I saw you. I found you. We definitely found you. Thoughts on wide receiver 3 spot this season? If we keep Mike Williams, for sure, I'm feeling pretty good about Ty Johnson, bro. He looks really good. Jalen Guyton, he looks really good. If the Chargers sign anybody again cheap, situational players, John Ross, some speed. I like it. I dig it. I can also see the Chargers targeting some wide receivers in the draft, maybe in the middle rounds. There's so many good wide receivers this year, man. Oof. Now, I'm seeing a lot of people ask about Pitts. Pitts is still a huge possibility for this team. Because right now, tight end is still a big question mark for the Chargers. Is Hunter Henry coming back? We don't know. You guys see anything? See anything about Hunter Henry? We don't know. Did the Chargers trade for David Njoku? I'm about that. For O.J. Howard? I'm about that. For Zach Ertz? I mean, okay, if we have to, you know what I mean? But even if it's not an issue, even if we do get David Njoku, even if we do re-sign Hunter Henry, if Pitts is there, yeah. The worst thing that could happen is you start implementing formations with more 2 tight end sets. 3 tight end sets if you want to include Parham, right? that improves your run game, and then you have 2 really crazy good threats as far as receivers at tight end as well. There's just so many things you can do with a Kyle Pitts. I still grab him. He's the one guy that I take above a lot of other players at the number 13 spot. A lot of other players. Yeah, if Pitts falls to 13, there is a God. Dudes, I had a dream. Literally, like I slept for like an hour last night, and I dreamt about the draft. That the Chargers had a chance to take Pitts, and we ended up taking, not Pitts. And it wasn't even a first-round guy. It was Eric Stokes. And I was like, no. My brain, I can't handle this. It's frying with no sleep. Juju, possibly. I mean, Juju. If Juju comes to the Chargers, I think we're definitely doing something about Mike Williams. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Yeah, the Raiders got Yannick. I see that too, man. How do you feel about Malcolm Butler? More of a pass for me, Malcolm Butler. William Jackson would be good. Ooh, anybody got any insight on William Jackson yet? Is he still available? Let me look at the free agent tracker here. Let me go ahead and refresh this, see if I can find any information on William Jackson. William Jackson. Nope, I don't see anything yet on him. I would love William Jackson on this team. What if the Chargers cut Casey Hayward in anticipation of getting William Jackson? You guys know who he is, right? Out of Cincinnati. He would be amazing. He'd be a great pickup for this Chargers. Brandon Butler, I just missed that. Thank you for joining the crew, the kid. Thank you for the $2 holla. Let's show some love in the chat, guys, with some lightning bolts. Really appreciate the support on the channel today, guys. You've been amazing. What do you think of the Chargers pick Kyle Pitts? Yeah, man, for sure. I would pick him up no matter what the circumstances with the Chargers and the tight ends. Right now, it looks like we need him. But if we re-sign someone, trade for someone or whatever, I'm still looking at Kyle Pitts. Brandon Butler says, we got our man. Glad we signed him. Dude, love the content every time. You had to sub for $4.99. Much love. Much love to you, man. Thank you for coming here and sharing your enthusiasm about the Chargers with us. Really appreciate it. And thank you, everybody, for joining and all that kind of stuff. It means a lot. Austin Myers, welcome to the crew. Show him some love with the lightning bolts, too, man. Fouts to Winslow. Oh, you know what? How funny that is? The last time the Chargers drafted a tight end at number 13, it was Kellen Winslow. Is it meant to be? Is it meant to be? And he looks a lot like Kellen Winslow. Is it meant to be? Ooh. Ooh. Did I go to Auburn? No, my wife is from Alabama. They're all War Eagle up there, man. Yeah, just imagine we're 1 second if we sign Juju. Okay, let me use my imagination here. The Chargers signed Juju. Let me give you guys a narrative. Hang on. The Chargers signed Juju Smith-Schuster to a 4-year X million dollars per season contract. And this is a great situation for both Juju and the Chargers. The Chargers, with wide receiver Keenan Allen, can help duplicate the kind of environment in which Juju Smith-Schuster found success in Pittsburgh early in his career. Since then, falling off, probably in favor to brand new wide receivers coming in through the draft, which the Pittsburgh Steelers definitely know how to do. Juju Smith-Schuster could definitely bring back the glory days from when he was early drafted and find success while splitting coverage responsibilities of the defense between him and Keenan Allen. Okay, that was really bad. I was all over the place. But my point in there is that if Juju came to the Chargers, optimistically, he could see a lot of success because where he's most relevant is when he's not the number one target as far as coverage from the defense. So if he's going up against, let's say, the Patriots, I could expect Gilmore to be on Keenan Allen instead of Juju Smith-Schuster. Juju versus number 2 cornerback, there's a lot of upside with that, and we've seen that early in his career. I like it. No, please, no Juju. Okay, no, we were just imagining. Metal Hammer says, imagine. We imagined. Brandon Burt says, hey, director, give me a recap of what happened. You just woke up. Burt! Burt, wake up, Burt! We got some good news for you, Burt. Put on your, put that coffee on the griddle or whatever and get ready. Wake up, because the Chargers just signed Corey Linsley to a 5-year, $62.5 million, resetting the market at center. And giving the Chargers the best building block possible of revamping this offensive line for years to come. And we extended Mike Davis to a 3-year deal All we know about that is a $15 million guarantee at this point. It's a good day so far. Let me go back to Twitter real quick, make sure we're not missing on anything important. Josiah Anderson. I also hear the Rams talk with Leonard Floyd are going well so far. Thank you for keeping it up. I'll come back to you right in a second. Here's Zach Benson. So right now it looks like the Rams and Leonard Floyd might be coming to an agreement as far as an extension there with the Rams, which is... I was really hoping for that one. I was really hoping for one of Brandon Staley's guys from the Rams. I really was, but it's cool. It's cool, bro. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Zach Benson says the quarterback. Did I answer the last one? Sorry if I came off. Give me a recap. Oh, yeah. There's your recap. Thank you for the holla, my guy. Zach Benson says the QB to tight end combo is in the Chargers' DNA, and the Davis signing is way underrated. Yeah, in the Chargers' DNA, indeed. Matter of fact, the tight end position has become so important lately just because you take a look at the last few teams in the Super Bowl. All of them have had pretty elite tier tight ends, right? Kittle, Kelsey, Gronk, just over the past couple of seasons. Ertz. I could go on. I could definitely go on. Do a mock draft. Not at this time, man. I'm just kind of waiting for something to happen here. If not, we definitely will probably see another video here soon. And then I do plan on doing live streams for the most part when news first drops so that we can get our initial reaction together, and then maybe I can do like a condensed video in the future. But we'll start doing mock drafts a lot more after Wednesday. Okay, there's gonna be so many mock drafts, it's gonna annoy the hell out of you. No, for real, like the mock draft season is upon us. 20MX holla from Efren Miller says social media is the best. Check out the latest post. Social media and post. Well, post from who, my guy? Thank you for the holla, my dude. What am I looking at as far as posts? Let's see. Did you tag me in something here? He says, "Let's go." Yes, sir. Okay. All right. Just looking for something here. Anything. Thank you for the support, my guy. Top before the sizing, my precious. Yes, sir. Chargers cap. Yes, sir. We are letting go surely a little bit every time and getting some of these finesse. I will finesse my way into the stream too. Glad to see you guys in the mentions here. Thank you, Efren, so much for the support there too, my guy. How much cap we have left? Estimated around $33 million, and that's my guesstimate. Doug Flutie, congratulations, Drew Brees. Okay, Doug Flutie, Chargers great as well. It's around $33 million. Coupon Tom. On my TV and my phone, Chargers Nation. Thank you so much for everybody's support. So at this point, I'm going to open it up to a couple more questions before we wind down, because if something else happens, I'll consider coming back today if we do make another big signing. But I want to start gathering my thoughts as far as like how to tackle the other positions given our like remaining cap space, and then the available names on the market after the first initial wave of free agency. Craig Smith says Larry Warford needs to be on deck. Yes, sir. He's one of those big names. I'm really hoping he needs to come back. I hope he doesn't retire or whatever. He should come back and play football, come play for the Chargers. And his ex offensive coordinator, was he quarterbacks coach in Lombardi. Thank you for the $2 holla. Hey, director, what are your thoughts on reading, or I'm guessing trading for Jalen Ramsey? Very slim chance that we do. We'd have to give up a crap ton of draft capital because Ramsey isn't tied to money that the Rams can trade. That's the only reason I could see them getting rid of him without huge capitals if they're trying to, help their books. But he has so much guarantee that it would come down to draft capital. I just don't know if the Chargers are willing to part with that right now. Director, who are your top 3 free agents now? So we already got Corey Linsley. I still want Leonard Floyd, but I don't know if that's as possible as I was hoping it would be. Honestly, I'm really trying to focus on cornerback and edge at this point. Corner Shaquille Griffin is climbed my board. He's still out there. Von Miller is honestly on my radar. Honestly, Jadeveon Clowney still is as well. And Bud Dupree. So as far as top 3, I'll need to think about it, but we're getting close. We're definitely getting close. If we can tackle at least, I think edge is what I'm most concerned about. If the Chargers, who I absolutely anticipate getting a cornerback in the first 2 rounds, if we can get an edge guy, I'm feeling really, really good going into the draft. Is John Johnson still there? No, he got picked up by the Browns. Yeah, I'm seeing some more things on Twitter here. Just more news. More news about... Oh, wait a minute. Based on this, Linsley's 2021 cap hit would be $6.6 million, and his 22 cap hit would be $11.6. The Chargers would have an out after 2022. Whoa! So Daniel Popper's the guy, man. Daniel Popper's the man. If you're not following Daniel Popper and you're a Chargers fan on Twitter, you're doing it wrong. I like this. So the Chargers only take a $6.6 million cap hit, which actually should take our cap space closer to $40 million. I was giving him $13 million, I think. Yeah, I was accounting $13 million towards the... So we would be close to $40 million if this is correct. Oh, wait a minute. We got one. We got a super chat. Dave Pump says, usually lurk in the stream, but wanted to thank you for content. Love watching while I work. Davey, thank you for the support there, my man. I really appreciate it. What do you think, Dave? What do you think? $6.6 million in 2021? Hey! Oh! That's a lot of gravy still, man. Close to $40 million. Okay, you know what? You know what this means? The Chargers ain't done, ladies and gentlemen. The Chargers ain't anywhere near from done. Remember last season? We didn't have near as much cap space. We got away with Chris Harris Jr., Linval Joseph, Brian Bulaga. Now, regardless of how all that turned out, those were three pretty big names last year. There's evidence that the Chargers can get aggressive, but I also think the Chargers are the kind of team that likes to sit back a little bit, let the first wave hit, try to grab some value in the second wave. I did say yesterday that the Chargers, uncharacteristically, I may actually go find the tweet just to prove to you guys that I am a prophet. Because it did go down exactly that way. It didn't go down as quickly as I hoped, but it did go down that way. Okay, here we go. So I said, I wonder how Tom Telesco and Staley attack free agency tomorrow. Tom Telesco has been great at not jumping the gun and getting great value, but this year could be different. I could see us making a splash off the rip, then waiting for that sweet spot on deeper positions. We made a splash off the rip. We got Corey Linsley. Now I think we're waiting for the sweet spot. I don't think the Chargers are done. We're finally going all in, says Jason A. Yes, sir. Thanks for the $5 holla. It's happening. Drees says, what about Juju? It could happen. It will. I think Juju only comes if we let go of Mike Williams. If we get him and we keep Mike Williams, this Chargers wide receiver core is going to be unstoppable. Edward Gonzalez says, can't wait for us all to meet up at the tailgate before a home game with this good-looking team. Love the channel, Edward. I cannot wait, man. I do plan on trying to make at least a few games. I would love to tailgate with the Bolt fam, catch a game, go to a bar or something afterwards. It would be so much fun, man. I cannot wait for the world to go back to normal. Thank you for the support. Mike Smith says, Anthony Harris, a free agent, would be nice too. I didn't think about Anthony Harris. Now, Anthony Harris, I'm a little cautious about him, right? He had like one good year, right? Maybe some okay years before that, but he's been in the league for what, like 6 seasons? I would be okay with it. If the Chargers get him in a nice price, I'd definitely be fine with it. But I just have a feeling. I'm a little cautious about Anthony Harris. But I would definitely be excited if we did pick him up. Hey, Director, I'm back. Any news on Michael Davis contract numbers besides $50 million guaranteed? Yes. Wait, no. we got more news on Corey Linsley, though. It looks like he's only going to have a $6.6 million cap hit in 2021. Which means the Chargers, in my guesstimate, are closer to $40 million. We're not done. We're not done, boys. We're not done in free agency. Get a couple more questions in here, guys, before I wind it down. Got some stuff we got to get done today. Start organizing some new videos. I got to take a look. I got to study up. The free agent pool's changed. Cap situations have changed. We got some work to do. Director, can we get Jackson thoughts on Darby? Which Jackson you talking about, my friend? And then Darby. Mills is the one that went there. Darby, honestly, I'm not sure. Gotcha. Let's go. Thanks, Director. No problem, Blake. Davis DeGroot says, why no hype for Dupree? Is it the money? No, we've been hyping Dupree, but I think Dupree is like more of my like consolation guy. Like if we don't get Leonard Floyd, which at this point we probably won't, it's looking like he's going to re-sign with the Rams. I'm still pretty cool with Dupree, but I'm worried about the injury. The money I think we can afford. The injury is what's got me a little more concerned, but he could be a beast. He could definitely be a beast. Again, situation of like, got to be careful with where I put my hype. You know, I like to put my hype in places where I'm like, this is the best case scenario. And so far, 2 things that we've done so far, that's where I've been placing my hype. I was like, re-sign Michael Davis, sign Corey and Lindsay. Those are like 2 of my biggest priorities, and we did both. So right now I'm like riding cloud 9. But Dupree, I would be excited if we signed him. I definitely would be excited. But I haven't been mentioning him as much because I'm worried. I just have a feeling about the injury thing, but maybe it works out. I don't know. Austin Weber says, no Floyd or Shaq Barrett. How about Hassan Reddick? Did Reddick get re-signed? I think I'd be cool with that. I thought he got re-signed. Maybe it was somebody else. Maybe it was Chandler Jones I was looking at. I don't remember. Yeah, I'd be cool with that. Oracle Savior says, look up safety from Missouri. Tyree. Okay. Gillespie. Okay, let me actually copy that and put it in my notes here real quick. Thank you, man. Only Chinese Chargers fan, what's up? Welcome to the cast. Oh, I can't wait to put that name in the credits, dude. Only Chinese Chargers fan, what's up? Welcome back. Thank you so much for the support. Show them some love in the chat, guys. Let me go put that name in my notes here real quick before I forget. Oh boy, it's been a good one today, boys. It's been a good. Where the Chargers are off to a great start. A great start today. Let Perriman go get Mosley. We could do that. Pat Pete to the Chargers. It's possible. I have a feeling in my loin that we're probably going to go after a veteran corner. Whether it's the right move, I don't know. I'm not sure. But I just have a feeling. Could it be Pat Pete? It could. I have a feeling about it's Richard Sherman. I have a feeling about it, but it could be nothing. Steve Simmons says sign Sherman. Yeah, sign Sherman and move him into safety. We could do... Oh, that's actually a good point. I did a whole video about that. Doy director. It's just because he's not a safety, you forget. I did a video not too long ago that the Chargers, more specifically Brandon Staley and Sherm, just have this crazy connection. And I said, okay, if he really wants him to come to the Chargers, the best spot for him, I would say, would be safety. And he has played safety in a couple occasions for the San Francisco 49ers. He's 6'3", dude. Still very physical. Not as fast, but now he's playing with a lot more, you can compensate with not having to press and stuff like that. I think that could work, honestly. I'd be down. I'd be down for that. Even though he's older, it's a stopgap, it's safety, I'd be cool with that. We've seen that work out with guys like Charles Woodson. I'd be down. I would be down. Let's see what else we got here. Thank you, Steve Simmons, for the reminder. That's a great point. Captain Andrew Luck. Thank you for the $5 holiday there, my friend. Scott Ford says, welcome to the crew, Scott Ford. GG's, lightning bolts in the chat, guys. Welcome. Thank you to everybody so much for joining in and supporting the channel. Come on, let's get some pieces for Staley's defense. Yeah. I'm in that boat too right now. I definitely am. It's time. I want linebackers. I want rushing outside linebackers, man. That's what I want. That's what I need. How do you say this name? It looks kind of cool. Morthenian. SEK $50 holla. I'm not sure what the currency is, but thank you, man. He says Chargers fan from Sweden for 10 years now. Found your channel this year. Love your content. Bolt up. Thank you so much. Love the name. I'd throw it in like I don't know, like a sci-fi fantasy war movie. Pretty cool stuff. Bolt up. Some love from Sweden today, guys. What's the greeting out there? I'm just gonna say kia ora. Welcome. Thank you so much for the support there. IG Chargers memes. Make sure you guys hit them up with the follow. I like that account. Thanks for the stream, director. Always a pleasure. Signing off from Coachella. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate all the supports here. Nelson Aguilar is going to the Patriots. I mean, good for them. I wasn't really high on Nelson Aguilar, man. I'm not gonna lie. What about Trey Hendrickson? He's more of a 4-3 guy. Definitely more of a 4-3 guy. But I mean, if we could stay 4-3, you never know. Is Marshawn Latimer a free agent? No, he is. He's a member of the Saints on the last year of his contract. So the only reason there's a rumor about him is because the Saints were $100 million over the cap at one point, and the Chargers could have lured him away in like a nice trade or something, but I think that time is over with. Desmond King reunion. I wouldn't be upset with that, man. I'd be okay with it. Thanks for streaming director. You guys are welcome. Okay, guys, we're going to wind down here. Guys, thank you so much. Super excited. Take a look here, man. The Chargers have now got the best center in the NFL. The Chargers now have the best center in the NFL. I don't know what his number is going to be on the Chargers, but if you guys are ready, if you guys are excited, type 76 in the chat with some lightning bolts. 76 in the chat with some lightning bolts. If you're excited that the Chargers now possess the best center in the league. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go, man. What an amazing start for this Chargers team. Morthenian, welcome to the crew. Thank you so much for joining. I'm going to have to get those credits updated before the next video. It's going to be a really, really interesting season, guys, and we're not done. The Chargers, still around $40 million in cap space. Sorry, NFL Network just brought up Hunter Henry. Should I stay or should I go? Okay, so no news yet. Should be interesting. Do the Chargers keep Hunter Henry on the roster? Who knows? How do the Chargers address the position of cornerback? Probably through the draft, but still, who knows? I do expect them to sign somebody. The Chargers rushing outside linebacker. We need to take a look at that. Still, we need interior offensive linemen. We got some work to do, but this is a damn good start. So bolt up, Chargers fans. Let's see those lightning bolts in the chat, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. This has been the Director. We'll see you next time, and as always, bolt up. We've got Corey Linsley, and stay frosty. Stay frosty and head over to EasyMut.com for the cheapest MUT coins on the market. And when I say cheapest, I mean it. We're talking 1 million coins for around $40. Use code DIRECTOR for 5% off. Action!